In the last 9 months, I tried a lot of different wheels. And while there are many good wheels, there is one wheel that truly stands out. It stands out with this shiny golden color core, which not only looks good, but it's also made of aluminum, making this wheel one of the fastest wheels I have ever tried. First time I heard about this wheel, it was at Urban Street Zone Brande skate park, which is a wooden skate park. And in a wooden skate park you need something that grips. Riding anti-rocker is very tricky, and riding flat I was still slipping out when I tried to do strides. Then someone offered me to try FAMUS wheels. The first ones I got was FAMUS Wheels Fast, which come in 60mm 88A. 64mm you can get both in 88 and 90A. And now there are more sizes and even limited edition wheels, some of them being out of stock at the moment. If you look at the price, 40 euros for 4 wheels, I think that's great. If you watch YouTube, you most probably have seen the famous review from Riccardo Lino when he bent the core of the wheel in the first session. I wanted to make it clear that in the 9 months of 3 of us in our family skating with FAMUS wheels, we haven't managed to dent a single core of all our setups. One more thing that people are afraid with FAMUS wheels is that the bearings are hard to take out. I was afraid as well, and it's actually not true. You just need to take any kind of a skate tool, put it inside so that it touches the inner ring, or it goes against the inner ring of the bearing. So you move the spacer aside and put it like this, a bit sideways. Then what I do is I normally hold it like this so I don't, so that skate tool doesn't go through my arm if it goes wrong. And then I give a few taps on the table, just like this. To the other side. The bearing is out. And it's working. Nothing is wrong with that bearing. The other side is even easier. If you use the skate tool, just put that in and this is it. I want to talk about wear and tear of FAMUS wheels. In my hands I have a FAMUS wheel from my USD Aeons. I have been skating this wheel for about 2 or 3 months exclusively in the wooden skate park. So as you can see, the wheel looks as new. It's not really wearing in the wooden skate park. This wheel has a little bit worn edges. And this happened to me many times, where it starts to look like it's cut here in the corner, and I don't know if it's because it's touching the skates or whatever. So it kind of starts to have these little pieces of material peeling off, as you can see here, but it's not really affecting the ride, and it never delaminated fully from frame. I never had this problem. Now this wheel is even older. It's around 6 or 7 months old, which Thomas was skating in the wooden skate park. Thomas is a lighter skater, and as you can see also the wheels are not really worn. I think this is the rear one. So again, they have never been changed places, so you can see there is a slightly one side worn more, and the same happening here at the edge of the wheel. So not a big deal. Now these wheels here, these used to be 64s, and as you can see this is 60 and this is old 64. I have been skating street on them for a long time, and as you can see that they have seen much rougher surface, and this kind of wear on the edges, it's even more visible, but nothing really wrong happened to these wheels. 64mm wheels are 90A, but they grip the same in the wooden skate park and on the concrete, so I assume it's the same urethane. I think this is the most worn one, 64, so it's becoming more flat profile than rounded. So no big deals, and I've been skating streets on these wheels a lot. These are my wife's skates, and she has been skating these wheels also for around 7 or 8 months. She's skating much less, and she was skating a little bit of street, very few sessions, mainly wooden and concrete skate park, and you can see that wheels are as new, so they are not really wearing that much. So this is the final set of FAMUS wheels that I have. It's the first time I'm trying 72s, which are 88A, and they have been exclusively ridden on street. Actually, they've seen pretty rough asphalt sessions in the skate park in Lithuania, and they are a little bit worn. The 60s are older, much older, but also only ridden on street. So you can see there are small damages from most probably pieces of glass or rocks or wherever, but they are still holding on pretty well. So I think the durability of the FAMUS wheels is good. I did not notice them wearing faster than any of the other wheels. Actually, I had other wheels wearing much faster than the FAMUS ones. So when people say that they get destroyed on street spots pretty quickly, I'm not sure that's correct. The most common question with the FAMUS wheels is how do I install bearings? And there are 3 ways to do that. Let's do it. Hot wheel, cold bearing, goes in, spacer, another cold bearing, goes in. That's it. Nice and easy. While method 3, using any kind of clamps, is the safest for the bearings and your wheels, there is a catch. When you install in the first bearing, it goes smooth and nice. Then I recommend to use the UFO type of spacers. They have this extra, whatever edge, ledge you wanna call it, because they hold on better vertically. So when you install this spacer in the wheel, sometimes it gets angled and you press it with the second bearing, and then you can damage both bearing and the spacer. So either you need to install your table clamp in a vertical position so you can press it like this, then this will never go sideways. Or what you need to use is some extra things. So what I tend to do, I put in the UFO type of spacer. Then I take one of the wheel axles. This is the ground control wheel axle, but others work as well. And I take one extra simple spacer or UFO spacer, doesn't matter. Put it on the axle. Then I put this axle through the bearing, and then I install it like this. So this will make sure that the bearing and the spacer will stay aligned while I put this into the clamp now. And it's in. Nice and easy. All in all, in my subjective opinion, this is the best wheel on the market, because it looks really cool, it has a reasonable price, is by far one of the fastest wheels I have ever skated aggressive, and it grips pretty well. And the biggest downsides is a little bit harder installation of bearings and the grip, because sometimes 90A wheels would not catch this wheel bite if you're riding flat, which will definitely catch on the FAMUS wheels if you miss your grinds. I would also not recommend this wheel if you really like doing slides, as these wheels are really sticky. The Rolling family hopes that you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. Drop us a comment if you have any questions, we always like replying to your comments. Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for supporting our channel. If you are new, consider subscribing and therefore supporting our channel for further growth. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you in the next one. Cheers!